Hi, church family. Well, you may have noticed that in addition to our weekly email, you're also getting this video. We're trying something new, and that's because we're all experiencing kind of a new normal right now. I want to make it something very, very clear, though. During this time that we cannot meet, we will still have church every Sunday. Now, you're being asked to stay home, and so am I. So I thought, what better place to live stream our Sunday's 10 o'clock service than in my home? We are going to have a worship experience here in my living room Sunday at 10 o'clock. And I'm also going to give you our weekly message right here from my living room at 10 o'clock. And with my family and their jammies are going to be on the couch. That'll be our audience. But not only them, you'll be right in it with us. You're going to be in your living room. I would encourage you, gather the family together, get in your living room, in your jammies, and watch service together. For the kids, we will have online curriculum available for you so you can do at home. If you have any questions about that, Carrie Levine would be more than happy to help you walk you through that. Her email is on this email. Also, for the men's and women's, we want to make sure that you're continuing to stay connected. So I've asked Kimberly Milo and Jose Minaldo to do Zoom calls. So for the women, you can have Zoom calls that you'll still stay connected and pray together and still be together. For the men, same thing, devotionals, prayer, things like this. We need to make sure that we stick together during this time. This will pass at some point, but the lessons that we learn during this time, that we're not defined by a place, we're not defined by a building, we are the body, those things are going to last forever. And so I want to encourage you to make sure, don't miss a Sunday. We are going to continue just as planned, a Sunday service at 10 o'clock. We're going to live stream it, but it'll be streamed right here in our home. Now, it was really tough for me this week because I was told, obviously, I was seeing the writing on the wall. It was obvious that we were going to need to all stay home. But that would mean that I wouldn't be able to see you in person. And that was very, very painful for me because the reason that we started this church in the first place is because we wanted to be different. We wanted that you to have access to your pastor. We wanted to be able to do life with you. Melanie and I have loved all of the dinners we've been at with you in your homes or in our home, all the times we've met at all around Dana Point and the harbor, all the things that we've experienced together. I love that. That's why I do what I do. That was the best part of shepherding this flock, is to be in your life, to do life with you, not just on the good times, but in the bad and everything in the middle. And it was very painful for me to hear that news. It was tough, and it was honestly causing kind of a depression in me of like, I want to see these people. And then the very next day, hearing the news that from getting an email that, by the way, the reason we're able to do church is because of your generosity. Your giving is why we're able to do church. And I told you I'd never, ever have barriers between us. I'd always talk to you straight and give you the honest truth. And when I saw this report that your generosity, but 60% of your generosity is at the actual church, 40% is online. So my first reaction was, well, since we're not going to be meeting together, does that mean 60% of the giving would go away? Would we even have a church to come back to? Honestly, those were the first things that I was kind of thinking about. And I just thought, God, help me with this. I need you on this because this is your church. And then I got this message. By the way, I've been getting unbelievable messages from you. Yesterday, I was so touched by all the messages of hang in there. We're in this together. We love you. We got this. We're going to be stronger. It's just been amazing. But I got this message and it reminded me about what giving is really all about. It was from one of our members. He said this: we said a prayer for you and the church this evening, and I expect one thing you might be troubled by is saying earlier that we wouldn't be taking any Sundays off, and now with the new direction and this new restriction on gatherings, that won't happen. Don't let that get you down. There's great merit in changing course when circumstances necessitate it, and in doing it gracefully. We'll be tuning in for a streamed message, and my contributions are set up to continue automatically. This might be a good thing to let people know. That reminded me right there that your giving is not to pay bills. Your giving is to say, God, I trust you. When tithing first started, the Israelites were asked to give 10% because they didn't know where their meal was going to come from. They didn't know what was going to happen. It was a time of great fear. And God said, Fear not. In fact, to show you that I'm still going to be in charge, that to show you that I'm still going to feed you, that I'll still provide for you, that I'm still going to take care of you. Give me a small percentage back to remind you that I'm still in control. This reminded me of that. So thank you. Thank you for that reminder. Thank you for ministering to me. And thank you to all of you who give so generously. I'm going to ask you to please pray during this time that we're apart to continue, as I will too, trust God in everything, with your relationships, with your health, and with your finances. And I'm going to ask you to pray about, if you do give in person, to please go online. The instructions to give online in our online app or on this email. Or if you don't feel comfortable with online, you can send your giving via check, and that, or there's an address on this email as well. And I'd ask you to pray about that as well. We're also going to start something new. During this time where we can't see each other, there is going to be a ministry that I'm starting, and I'd encourage you to join me on this. I'm going to ask all of you to go to your neighborhood social media pages and put out there that if you're in a demographic that's not in high risk and that you don't have any pre-existing conditions, I don't. So I'm going to put out there in our Ladera Ranch neighbors page that if people need runs to the pharmacy or to grocery store or whatever, that I'd be more than happy to do that. I would encourage you to do the same. And let's be the hands and feet. Let's be a light. Let's actually believe what we're saying. And let's continue to be a church family that is a light to this community that's in a very dark place. They're going to know who we are by the way we love and by our generosity and by the way we serve. So I would encourage you to please consider doing that. And let me know if you'd like to. You can reply to this message, and I would be more than happy to get you on that new ministry as well. Guys, we're going to do this together. We will get through this together. And I'm going to also encourage you, when our messages start streaming, forward them, send them out. I'm going to send a video on social media, forward that, share it, get the word out of who we are. This is an opportunity right now where we're going to grow closer than we ever imagined. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.